Spider-Man 4. We've talked about the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Multiple parties on that end are interested. It sounds like there's also interest in Spider-Man 4 now. Tobey Maguire said he would like to do it if the chance was brought up. Kirsten Dunst has been saying she wants to do it. Sam Raimi most recently said, hey, after Doctor Strange is done, he wants to keep making Marvel films, and he's open to Spider-Man 4. And he would love to work with the original cast and crew again. Sony knows this. They've even stated before, you never know what could happen, and they're always looking at possibilities and even kind of teased it in interviews. So could we be looking at a possibility where we actually end up with a Spider-Man 4, a possible TASM 3, and a MCU Spider-Man 4?
I'll say 2 Spider-Man 4s, and it's like a takeaway order. Can I have 2 Spider-Man 4s?
Right.
TASM 3, please? Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's possible. I don't think you'd have any confusion in the general audience because you can clearly tell the difference between who's who.
Yep.
But I don't know. Part of me doesn't want it.
Yeah.
A big part of me doesn't want it. I really couldn't give a crap if we get it or not. Because it wouldn't be the Spider-Man 4 it was going to originally be anyway.
Exactly. Yep.
So what's the point? And that's what people want. Yes, you can make a whole other one set, like after No Way Home and all that, and you go on from there. But,
And that's the thing, because, sure, they can go back and make the original Spider-Man 4 they wanted. So, we're going to have Michael Keaton playing the Vulture instead of, what was his name? Who was going to be the Vulture?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember, but... so what? You got to bring Michael Keaton to this, which Sony's already confused with what they're doing with him, so that'd kind of be a mess. Then you got to have Black Cat in there, and it'd be a different Spider-Man 4. That's the thing. You'd have to age these characters up a pretty significant amount, and it would have to, I assume, take place after Spider-Man No Way Home. So maybe some of the ripple effect there would factor in, and I'd be okay with. Hey, guess what? 2024, you have Spider-Man 4 for the MCU. 25, you have TASM 3. 26, you have Spider-Man 4. And we're just going to repeat these 3 every year with a new Spider-Man film. And here's your Spider-Verse. People would tune in and people would watch. But
oh, yeah.
But you also get to the point of diminishing returns where there's only so many villains that by the time you get 3 or 4 films out, we're out. You've been through all the big villains, then you're what are you gonna do now? So it's realistically, I would just want them to show up in Secret Wars. Bring back Andrew and Tobey in Secret Wars, and
what you could do is you turn Tobey's Spider-Man movie into a Renew Your Vow situation. Where it's not necessarily about him. It's about the kid. And you make it a legacy movie.
Yeah.
And you call back to that "we made it work" line from No Way Home, and it's yeah, you did make it work. There's a little spider kid running around there, and you follow that trend.
That would honestly
But the problem with Tobey's movies is everyone dies as a villain. So would you eventually need a Spider-Man in that universe?
Yeah.
Unless you're just literally doing the one movie so that you then get Bruce Campbell to play Mysterio. You had to go against that. That's a completely different Mysterio to Holland's. Mm-hmm. And then Secret Wars comes around. The kid's older, and then you do it that way.
Yeah. Or if they want to go so far into it and do the thing where, fine, Miles Morales is Spider-Man in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4, and it's a mentor type of thing.
Yeah.
That.
I'd do that in TASM, to be honest.
That would be more fitting, because I can't see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man being that type of Peter Parker, but Andrew Garfield definitely screams more of the Ultimate style Peter to me anyway, so, yeah. Plus the age difference there would be better.
Yeah, he's not much as an old cripple. The back problem's not that bad.
Yeah, Oh, man.
That's how I take it. I'd give people the next movie they want, but with a twist for a legacy that you can bring it back in later down the line.
Yeah. That's certainly would be the best way to go about it, in my opinion. But again, we don't know how they're going to take it.
I mean, technically, it also kind of forced Marvel to open up that can of worms on the comic side. Acknowledge that was it Mephisto with Peter and MJ, where Peter sold their marriage and their kid to remain.
But you just don't put it. You just don't acknowledge it in the 616. Because Renew Your Vows wasn't in the 616. It's a different universe.
I don't know. People are still mad about that.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still mad.
People who read comics are mad. Well, I never. God damn, what a time to be alive.
What's next? Upset Star Wars fans? Get out of here with this. Look. I think there's a real possibility we could be getting more of these Spider-Men, and that is exciting. And I think if they really wanted to do it, the one thing Sony needs to do is first make a good standalone Spider-Man film, which they haven't done yet. I mean,
Maguire would be dead by the time that happens.
Oh.
Holland might be gone as well. We don't know.
Holland will be the age Tobey Maguire is right now.
I can do it.
Man, that is kind of sad because it's one of those things where it's getting more challenging. And again, Sony seems insistent on rushing and ruining things without any rhyme or reason. And Morbius is proof of this, because
I have no sympathy for people that actually watched that movie. You chose to watch that. You knew it was going to be bad. You chose to watch it.
Well, you know, Mitch. According to people, it's actually cinema because it's not MCU. I mean, they missed the good old movies of the 2000s. You know, the bad ones. They missed those.
That's cool. I can just go watch those.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As for me, if I don't see the cock up that Sony have made, it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And that's
fair enough.
If I bury my head in the sand, I'm totally fine and oblivious to the world around.
What are you, the Snyder cult? Just bury my head in the sand, pretend that the world doesn't exist besides my bubble.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. I like your approach, sir. That is a bold move, but it works.
You know, there's a couple of gay frogs down here, but you can live with it. No, it's fine. Maybe an interdimensional gremlin or two, but
interdimensional green goblins. They're putting the chemicals in the Oscorp water.
So what are you saying that Alex Jones just saw No Way Home and he's now mad, and that's the new thing?
100%. 100%.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Explains the chemicals thing. Yeah.
You know. Amazing here. Amazing world building. So, I suppose that's gonna.
Better than Morbius.
100%.